Hey everybody, my name is Britt. My wife and I own and operate Vine Dresser Lawn and Landscape. Today we're going to talk about pre-emergence, the importance of getting them down now. We're going to look at an article from Fred Yelverton from NC State and when he says to get a pre-emergence down. And then we're going to take a look at the pre-emergence we're using right now this time of year. And we're going to take a brief overview of our lawn care program. We're going to dive into this article by Fred Yelverton. From previous research, we know that crabgrass germinates 53 to 55 degrees for several consecutive days. So when the soil temperatures are 53 to 55 for several days, crabgrass is germinating. And so all pre-emergent hinges on the germination of crabgrass. Because in the climate in North Carolina is quite varied, the actual date of the critical soil temperature varies significantly. Traditionally, in southeastern part of the state, which is us, we know that pre-emergent herbicides should be applied and watered in by March 1st. In this article, which he updated last year in 2023, but he wrote it in January 11, 2021. So look at he's writing it in January 11th. He states, based on the observations of crabgrass emergence and data from NOAA, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association, his recommendation for 2023, and I'm going to dare say 2024 as well, is for turfgrass managers to apply pre-emergent herbicides at least 2 weeks earlier than previously recommended. So 2 weeks before March 1st. So 2 weeks into February, your pre-emergents need to be down. Why the change? In 3 of the last 4 years, he's found crabgrass emergence in late February. In the previous 30 years of his career, he has never seen crabgrass emergence in February. January of 2023 was the third warmest ever recorded in North Carolina. Third warmest January in North Carolina. The average soil temperature in Raleigh was 51 degrees for the month of January. So he flat out says, bottom line is apply your pre-emergent herbicides now. And he's writing this in January. Is there a penalty for applying pre-emergent herbicides too early? And the answer is not much. Pre-emergent herbicides are degraded by soil microorganisms. When soil temperatures are in the 40s and 50s, microorganism activity in soil is low. So the microorganisms in the soil is what's going to break down the pre-emergence. And in the 40s and 50s, the activity is low. Therefore, minimum degradation of pre-emergent herbicides occur when applied in January and February. He's flat out saying, get them down in January and February. And so we've already started. First week of February, we started putting down pre-emergents, and we will wrap everything up by the second week of February. And then we'll start getting round 2 of our pre-emergents down. So the pre-emergent we're putting down is dimension. And the main ingredient is dithiapur, and we're just going to take a quick look at the label just to run over some things. Product information. Dimension herbicide provides control of crabgrass and other annual grasses and broadleaf weeds in established lawns and landscape ornamentals. This product will not control established weeds except for crabgrass in the early stages of growth. All right, so it is designed to prevent weeds from going through the germination process, but it will not control existing weeds. Therefore, you need a post-emergent in with your pre-emergent program to kill the existing weeds that are already there. For optimum control, applications of this product should be made pre-emergence prior to germination of the target weeds. And this product is most effective when activated by a ½ inch or more of rainfall or irrigation. To optimize control, ensure that activation has occurred prior to germination of most grass and broadleaf weeds. So you want to get your pre-emergence down, and you want to get it watered in before the germination of most grass and broadleaf weeds. And so that's the whole idea of weed control is pre-emergence. We're going to take a look at some of the weeds that it'll control. Grass and broadleaf weeds controlled by dimension. Look, controls annual grass and broadleaf weeds listed in the table below if applied as a pre-emergent. This product will not control emerged broadleaf weeds or grasses, except for crabgrass in the early stages. So it's going to control barnyard grass, annual bluegrass, which is Poa anna, broom, crabgrass, Dallas grass, crowfoot grass, foxtail, goosegrass, ryegrass, annual and perennial, sandbur. Here's some broadleaf weeds: bittercress, carpetweed, chickweed, dandelion, geranium, Carolina geranium, henbit, lespedeza, black medic, oxalis, purslane, shepherd's spur, speedwell, spurge, wood sorrel. So those are some grassy weeds and broadleaf weeds that it's going to control. And here's this section on turfgrass. All right, you can use dimension on seeded, sodded, or sprigged lawns, ornamental turfgrass, and unapproved turfgrasses are that, and unimproved turfgrass that are well established. Newly established turfgrass must have developed a good root system and a uniform stand and have received at least 2 mowings before making the first application. So you want to make sure that the grass has been cut at least twice before you use dimension. And here are some precautions. Prevent germination of annual bluegrass. It will not affect the establishment of it. So if you already got annual bluegrass growing, we're gonna have to use a post-emergent to knock that out, because dimension will not do it. For best results, cultural practice that disturb the soil, such as verticutting, core, spike, or hydroaerification, should be done before applying. All right, so around here, we get a lot of questions about core aeration. And so around here, you don't want to aerate your grass until it's actively growing. And so that's going to be May, June timeframe, really end of May, or like May, June timeframe. And so by then, the pre-emergents have done its job. It's controlled the weeds, and then the grass is actively growing, and you can aerate the soil. So don't even think about aerating until the grass is actually growing. But along with the answer, I'm saying is that, like, if we're putting down pre-emergent in January through April, by June, May, June timeframe, the pre-emergent's done its job, and we can then aerate the soil. And so everybody's playing nice with each other. Do not use clippings from treated turf for mulching around vegetables or fruit trees. Do not apply through any type of irrigation. Do not apply more than 2 pints per application. We stay under that. We use a split application in January and February, and then come back in March, April time frame, and we stay under that 2 pints per acre, which equates to 0.73 fluid ounces per 1,000 square foot. And here's the tolerant turf grasses for dimension. And I'm just going to mention the ones that actively growing around here: Bahia grass, Bermuda grass, carpet grass, centipede, St. Augustine, and zoysia. So it's safe for all warm season grasses. That's another reason why we like this product, is that we can use one product for all grasses, for both round 1 and 2. And so we're applying the same products. Therefore, it makes it very easy to consolidate our routes and makes it more efficient versus putting one product on Bermuda and zoysia and one product on centipede and St. Augustine. We're putting the same product on all grass types, and it just makes us way more efficient. And so that's a look at dimension. And now we're going to look brief overview of our lawn care program. Rounds 1 and 2 are anywhere from January to April, and we're putting down a pre and post emergent to attack existing weeds and to stop new weeds from germinating. So this is the crutch. This is the key to controlling weeds, is rounds 1 and 2 and 6 and 7. Round 1 and 2, we're putting dimension down, and then we have a post emergent to attack the existing weeds that are in your lawn, and the pre emergent to prevent. We split it so that we're going to get a long window of control: January, February, March, April, all the way into May, possibly June, of control of weeds. Our round 2, we do add Lesco Carbon Pro. We do add a soil enhancer, and this reduces water requirements. It's going to increase nutrient availability, and it's going to optimize the soil health, and it has iron to help with spring green up. Rounds 3, 4, and 5, look, we're just fertilizing and spot treating for any weeds. So the goal is rounds 1 and 2 is to control the weeds, and then 3, 4, and 5, when the grass is actively growing, May through August, we're going to fertilize the grass, push that grass to fill in so that you get a lush lawn, and then we follow back in round 6 and 7, September through December, with another pre and post emergent herbicide to attack existing weeds and to stop new weeds from germinating. We also add a 5-0-30 fertilizer, which is high in potassium, to prepare your lawn for winter, and that's in round 6. So we add an actual pound of granular potassium, which is huge. Most companies are probably spraying round 6 and 7. We both spray and apply granular in round 6. And the difference is that you're getting an actual pound of granular potassium, which NC State suggests to put down 1 pound per 1,000 square foot in fall. And here's why: to help support root development. This will help strengthen your lawn by firmly rooting grass into the soil to create a route of nutrient uptake to ensure overall health. So potassium ensures the overall health of your lawn, and this aids in winter survival as well as helping it look great in the spring. Winter can do serious damage on warm season grasses, and the potassium is there to help the grass through that rough patch of time. So I hope this video helps you guys understand the importance of pre-emergence. If you got any questions, let us know. We'd be happy to help in any way. Thank you. Have a good day.